What is up, everybody? How's it all going? This is the Weekends Warrior Disc Golf Podcast. My name is Ty, and I have, as always, Kyle here with me. And it is the new year. This is New Year's Day of us recording. When you guys hear this, it'll be January 3rd. So 3 days in the beautiful new year of 2024. So crazy to say that. But we are officially here in the new year, and there is so much happening already on the first day of January 1st. A lot of movement happening, a lot of people saying where they're going and where they're not going, and some hot takes and tweets, and all the goodies are happening. So I'm super excited. We're actually roughly a month away for the opening
Yes.
not Vegas now. We're in Florida now. Florida All-Star weekend, and also the chess.com slash like partnership for the Florida Open, which it was originally Florida Open, but now it's called chess.com. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, yeah. I do know like they partnered up with somebody that it's a big sponsor of
Yeah.
ship though.
Yeah. But isn't it
That's coming in.
Paul's course, like newer course?
I want to say all yeah, I believe so. Because I think they're starting all-star weekend
Yeah.
there.
Which
And
ironic,
people
that's what I
are
was gonna say. It's at the same location, which I thought that's interesting because obviously we are about 5 almost 6 hours away from the course here locally, and I was talking to Sarah about it, and I was asking her if we had to choose which one do we go to. Do we want to go to the
mm,
expedition all-star one, or do we actually go when the first weekend of
mhm.
the pro tour start? And I'm thinking we're honestly leaning towards the actual pro tour beginning, because
You get
that's when you
get to
see
see more
everybody
people.
actually
Hmm.
playing, and you're getting the actual disc golf feel. I don't really want to see an expedition, I'm not gonna lie. I love watching it, and obviously I'll watch it on DGN, but personally, if I'm gonna go watch disc golf, I want to go see actually disc golf, and I've never actually seen it in a professional standpoint. I have obviously seen Foundation Disc Golf play with their Bogey Bro battle when they were in St. Louis, which was amazing to see in person. And I got a cool little cameo in one of their videos. That was really
Yes.
cool, helping out getting one of their discs out of the sewer pipe thing. So that was kind of cool. Other than that, though, if I'm not gonna lie, I would honestly I want to see the professionals, so I'm gonna play that, or I'm not gonna play that. I'm gonna go and
It's a lot of
do that.
fun.
Would you
I went to
have?
Ledgestone.
You got to
Yeah,
see
I went
that.
to Ledgestone. Ton of fun. It's only an hour away, maybe hour 10ish away max. But yeah, about an hour away. So really easy to go see them where I'm at.
But you had a dope, like, what was it? You had a dope highlight reel of you.
I did. I
That
did.
was a really cool moment where you were down, and then you like looked up and was just like,
Gatekeeper.
it
Yep.
was actually really cool. You got a nice little cameo hit in one of the highlights of Let's Stone, which was awesome. But yeah, guys, this is what episode is this? Episode 5 now? Episode 5, correct? And
Five.
this is also
Yeah.
the new year. So this is our first ever podcast for the 2024 season. We're very excited. This is now officially season one of Weekend Warriors Disc Golf. The 4 episodes prior to this was bonus. This is our first official season one, episode one podcast for the 2024 season. And I'm very excited for you all to be here. You're probably also thinking, hey, why was there 2 posted? Well, obviously, last week was a holiday. It was very difficult to get things going. There's a lot of weird situation that was happening, obviously, with
Very weird.
myself traveling 900 miles. We did record one. We tried to record it together, which, as you could see in the other video, the previous one, we are together in the same room. However, we don't know why, but the OPS system decided to record it in a MKV file, which you have to have a special program to switch it out of to an MP4. And I use Adobe Premiere to like edit, and Premiere
Just
Pro
doesn't
did
work.
did not like it. It was all bunch of craziness that was happening. So overall, we have it. It's we're not archiving it. You guys just getting a double feature today. So you got
Hmm.
one or a Christmas
Which is
special.
perfect.
So hopefully you like the Christmas special, and then now getting the New Year's, which fits perfectly because we always say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So guess what, guys?
Exactly.
Merry
Happy
Christmas and
holidays.
Happy New Year. You get two. That's the gift from us from the Weekend Warrior Disc Off is you get 2 episodes. So, but yeah, this is the obviously the New Year day. We're going to be kind of going through kind of the new year of what we're going to be planning. I do know that I have a lot of stuff that I want to focus on myself personally, not only for social media standpoint, but also for tournaments. I definitely want to get back into it. I only did one tournament last year, Kyle. I won. I only did one, and that is pitiful.
You
I,
just moved down there. Like, let's be honest.
yeah,
You
no,
just moved down there. So there's a lot and your new job, getting down there
no,
with the job
it's
and
true.
being busy with that constantly. It's rough.
Yeah, I was mad. I only got to do one, and my my rating went down 6 points.
Yeah, but that's
It was
fine.
just like
It's one
it's just like
new season.
what the heck. So no, I'm excited though. Yeah, I definitely obviously want to do more than one this year. I have
Hmm.
a few planned, but yeah, we'll go through our tournaments, what we want, our events, even sanctioned or non, any goals that we currently have. Obviously, we're going to talk about our 2024 bags. We're not fully complete, guys. We're going to be honest here. I know Kyle
Nope.
was talking about that he has some slots and also some discs that he wants to try out that he wants to work.
Mhm.
And I myself personally, which I'll go through mine as well, there are some slots that I still want to kind of figure out myself too. And like I said, we are not professionals. We are still learning the game every single day. We are strong MA3 players, but we're not professionals, and we are
Nope.
just we love the sport. We're grinders. We grind throughout the weekends. I personally, which is great, Kyle, is I have found 2 leagues that are actually on the weekends, which
Oh,
is
really?
perfect.
What,
Yes, I finally
Saturday,
found
Sundays, or are they both the same day? Or
one is Saturday, one is Sunday. So
okay.
this year I'm going to join and be able to finally play on the weekends again, because that was the one thing in St. Louis that I had was I my home course that I did, they did Sunday mornings. I found a Saturday morning, which ironically their club is called Saturday Morning Cartoons, which I freaking loved. Immediately I was like, these are my people. And then I found a Sunday morning one. So I found a Saturday morning and a Sunday morning. So now I have options. If I can't do a Saturday, I can go to Sunday
Hmm.
or vice versa. And then also if I have a tournament, obviously I'm going to go to the tournament and not those. So I have options, which is super great. Both of them are single play. One of them, though, at the end of uh, the last weekend of each month, they do random dubs, which
Oh, okay.
it's always good to do, which is great. But
Hmm.
most of them are uh, they are single play, which is fine.
Now,
I'm not
is
worried
that
about it.
so? Is that something going on now then, or is that starting in the spring?
Yeah, they actually both of them are going on right now. So I could go
Okay.
this Saturday and Sunday, which I thought that was great because that was my other complaint was the one that I go to all the time, which is called Chains Dragon. They just stop. And I was just like, oh, I thought all of them stop. But I found out that they actually have leagues around here. So I've finally been finding more involvement. Sadly, though, they're still 45 minutes and even an hour away. But
Hmm.
I'm just gonna have to start making the commute because especially what I want
Hmm.
to do this year, my goals and stuff, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. And so I'm just gonna have to just deal with traveling 45 minutes to an hour um Saturday or Sunday and playing some disc golf. And that's just how it's gonna be, which is fine.
Yeah,
Like I'm okay
which
with
is
it.
perfect. Yeah, yeah.
So
Especially wanting to get your bag down early on in the season and everything else, and what you want to do. Like that's perfect
yeah.
opportunity to do so.
Yeah. And then also this year, which I mean, we could go in more further into it, but I definitely want to implement on field work. I feel like I'm missing something in my game. I I don't like how I don't like the when I get up onto the tee, the 50-50 mentality of like, is this going to be released on a great whatever I'm trying to do? Or is it going to go nose up or straight into the grass? Or I don't know. Like I want to be able to be more consistent. And I'm realizing that is not happening. And then
Hmm.
also I need to figure out my putting. I don't know. I don't know if I have like a yip right now where I can't get my putts, but I mean, obviously it was cold and I will agree with that, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just like me overthinking it or getting nervous or just whatever, but for some reason I cannot get my putting. So that is it. But yeah, let's kind of go through this. What is kind of right now? What are some tournaments you have in mind? Have you looked through um your disc golf scene locations on what's happening, what's going on around you? What do you got going on?
So I haven't looked too much into it quite yet. I do know obviously the one open iOS at Mississippi always goes on every year. Um, I know that Sauk Valley Open goes on. Of course, it all depends on vacation time. When we all do family vacation stuff on what goes on when
Mm-hmm.
and when that's all scheduled. Those are three main ones. And then I kind of got to, you know, glance around, see what's going on and when I can do it. It's hard because a lot of tournaments happen on Saturdays when I can put, like MA3s is on
Yeah.
Saturday and I can't really make all the Saturdays. So that's always rough and hard to do. So I have to kind of search around, but luckily out here, they don't fill up too fast.
Yeah. No, that makes
So
sense.
I got time. Yeah. The
Yeah,
main
it's
ones that I would, if I want to do something big like Ledgestone or something, um, that's something you got to sign up for like as soon as it come out because it fills up instantly and then the waiting list becomes 100 something people.
this might be a dumb question, but do you technically need to do that like testing for even as amateurs to play in Ledgestone as well?
No, just sign up for whatever division you need to sign up for.
Yeah, I never
But
knew.
of course, it's only so many slots. So
That makes sense. Yeah, I know. I've St. Louis, like I said, it was very oversaturated with tournaments where I remember they would have like the St. Louis Open and it would have 300-400 slots, obviously. But I was sitting there waiting to sign up and like this is a minute before it opens up and then I press refresh and it was like, oh, we're open. And then like as I'm filling it out, I press send and it says, sorry, we're filled up. And I've refreshed and immediately I looked and all the slots were completely filled. And so not even a minute, it was all filled and ready to go. And I didn't even like have a chance. And that's when I realized I was like, oh dang, like you have to be like ready to roll to even like remotely sign up for any of these higher end tournaments. And yeah, it was definitely interesting. So yeah, I totally get that. As of right now, I have two kind of in mind. The one that I did last year, obviously I want to do because that's like the main course that I love as of right now down here. Obviously, I'm going to try to come up for Walnut Open. So I'm very excited for that. But man, I would love to get back up there again to do some Sinsid. What's that called? The Sauk Bell?
Mississippi
Yeah, that one.
and Sauk Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sauk Valley and the iOS.
Yeah, those two were fun. I want to redemption because I would like to try to play those courses now for my game is different. So I would like to try those courses again because those courses are fun. Uh, but obviously we played that when that was my first year, really like tournamenting. So I would love to definitely try those again. I don't know if it's going to be this season, but it'd be nice to try them out. Other than that,
It's a fun park.
yeah.
It's
Other than
always
that,
it's a hard park.
yeah, that's very true. Events wise, pretty much same thing with tournaments. I don't really know any events. There's a lot of everything that's down here. I've realized if it's sanctioned, it's at least C tier. Obviously, we have like B's and A's for the Pensacola, which ironically is where Oakley and Pierce is currently at. And then we have a few in Panama City that are, which of course, Pensacola is like an hour and 10 minutes from me. And then Panama City is 45 minutes, but obviously anything outside but considered in the Panama area, it's roughly an hour, hour and 10. So it's both pretty much the same amount of time frame, which is fine. But I definitely want to try to do one of those, especially in the Pensacola area, because you have Flight Factory over there. So I would love to see what they have over there because I don't really know much about that course or about that manufacturer. So
Yeah, well, with Pens, does do they have any off-season tournaments that go on like that pay during them during Pensacola? Do you know? Or is
I
it more so just they
I,
throw them off pretty early? Or
I don't know. I think I need to switch my mile ratio because I keep it pretty close towards everything because I don't like to travel too much. So, but I've realized regardless of all the tournaments I want to do, they're going to be an hour long regardless where I want to go. Um, so I got to just deal with it. But yeah, I got to see right now. It's kind of that weird beginning where they're not really posting much. They only have three around here locally that I am even remotely interested in right now, and so I definitely want to get more involved with that. So, but yeah.
that's
So
the
right,
hardest part is getting out of the local area. That's I'm the same way. I don't like to unless I'm with somebody. I don't like to go out from further than a certain uh, distance.
see, I mean, I would if let me put it this way: if I was rocking MA1, maybe even like a more MA2 look, absolutely, I would travel more than what I am. Obviously, if I was going more pro, I would even travel more, obviously, because getting a chance to get my name out there and stuff like that, that's fine. At the same time, we're not obviously we are amateurs, so and I signed up as an amateur, so I'm not making cash. So as I'm getting gift cards and having fun and getting exposed, but other than that, it's for the fun of the game at this point, even though I can be a little more competitive, which is great, but I'm not going to be able to get any cash prizes. And if I was doing this pro, then obviously, yeah, I would love to travel more and spend my weekend where we travel out for like a weekend and get, where we could get and call it done. But as of right now, though, for me, I think the max is going to be an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours for traveling here locally. Obviously, when I do Walnut Open, it's going to be back up to you guys. So I've decided that for that, I'm definitely flying, which I'll just have my bag with me and then just another bag for just like a carry on for clothes and stuff to keep it easy for traveling. I'm not driving that again for a minute, but yeah, it is what it is. So,
Right, right. Yeah, that's always the hardest part, like I said, is traveling. But like you said, if it was something to actually make money in, then 100% I would expand my
yeah,
horizons, but I'm not.
yeah, that or if I got like a kickback with the sponsor where
Oh,
I pay
100%.
I pay for the entry fee, whatever, and all of that, and they just give it back to me, like and reimburse that. I would definitely even travel more. So, but as of right now, though, you know, at the name of the game, I'm just having fun with it. I want to use it as more of a content creation outlook on it and just spread the game, spread the word about it. So that's all I want to focus on. So, but yeah, let's kind of move on. I definitely right now I feel like my bag. I said 90% when we were texting. I'm thinking maybe it's at 75%. And the reason why is I feel like I'm missing a lot of holes and because I've lost a lot of disc this year or last year. So
Yes.
last year I've lost a lot and I need to gain back those or I need to find a replacement for those. So I will obviously go first on this one, but I'm gonna start with my drivers. I'm gonna kind of go down. As of right now, my drivers are my backup drivers, and well, there's only one main one that I have in here on this list. But other than that, my other two were backups, and then now they're my mains because I don't have any more drivers. Because right now, all my drivers are in a lake in different states, just
Everywhere
swimming with the
but your
fishes.
bag.
They're just swimming with the fishes at this point, and it's upsetting. And I need to get new ones, which is fine. So until I get new ones, these are the only drivers. These are the distant drivers. I'm not talking my favorite drivers. These are just distant drivers that I currently have right now, and that is the Grace from, of course, Latitude, Warship from Lone Star, and Photon, which they're fine. I do really well with the Grace, also with the Photon, but then people are just like it's NPP, it's gyro, so obviously it does well because of the gyro technology, which is fine because we want to call it for what it is. Warship is it's kind of like a hybrid between a destroyer and a wraith. Personally, it it burns like a destroyer, but at the same time, it has that like nice uh line as a wraith, which it's a good blend. But I'm missing something with my drivers, and I had a renegade which I did very well with, which is
Rip.
sadly in the water. If you guys watch the video, you will understand. And then also, if you watch my personal video, I lost my Enigma, which was my main person for about a year and a half,
Mm-hmm.
which was great. It was good, but uh, just cross one ate it, and it's now in the lake. So my thing is, as a I would consider myself an intermediate at this point. I need to focus on what disc works best for me. So I am open to new disc. Now, the thing is even these three discs that I currently said, I'm definitely going to field work them to see what the potentials are on different lines. Like, what can I do when I put on a hyzer? What can I do when I throw a flat? What happens when I put it in more of like anti flex? Like, I want to see what it does to me, what it does for me for my arm speed. And I kind of stay under the 12 mark, the 12 speed mark, because I feel like I'm still learning the game to the point that of course the larger the speed is, I still am having difficulties with it. So I try to stay away from the 13s and 14s. I'm the max I will go right now is pretty much 12s, but other than that, I honestly live in the fairway driver range. Like I've personally I've had more success throwing my fairway drivers further than my actual drivers. And I don't know if it's because of just the lower speed, but or just how it is with my arm. But personally, I've always had more success with my fairway drivers. I don't know how true that's supposed to be, but for me though, personally, right now, I also play a lot of courses that don't really have that distance that needs distant drivers. I don't have bomber courses around me. A lot of my courses that are around me are technical shots. They're very much a lot of trees, a lot of water. There's just a lot of like, obstacles you have to kind of shoot around. It's not really bomber courses. So ferry drivers, I have more. I feel more comfortable with these. However, though, I still feel like I'm missing stuff. Obviously, my main one is the Raptor, but I have a Firebird, an FD3, an Invader, and an FX2. Obviously, if you guys couldn't tell that's listening or watching, I throw a mixed bag because I just said
Hmm.
uh several different manufacturers there. But I personally I love my Raptor. My FX2, I've almost aced multiple times with. I've hit middle chains multiple times with my FX2. I love my FX2. It's a great hyzer line. That thing is beaten in to me. It's like another third arm. The only thing that I have issues with my FX2 is it doesn't flick well. It's a good backhand, but I can't flick it as well. Vader was my main squeeze when I started. It was a good beginner's disc for me, and I only use it for a couple of shots when I need to, and I can see the line that works really well with it. Other than that, it's a little beaten a little too much, where it likes to. It's becoming a little bit too more of an Anheuser flex with it. Like it goes a little bit too far to the right at times. So I definitely use it. Like if my arm's kind of hurting, I'll use it more for a turn to the right. So that's how I could get around a certain object if I can't flick. Obviously, FD3, it's an FD3, and then a Firebird, which is mainly more my forehand, but I can throw a backhand on it if I need to. But those are pretty much my favorite drivers right now. Um, my mid ranges, I'm kind of all over the place again, but a lot of them are a lot of overstable, which I've realized. And
Hmm.
I have a Justice, a Walker, an Origin, then MD1, and then I have a Lazati, which is a Hex. Uh, Obviously, I freaked you out. If you guys haven't seen our last video, I popped it out for Lazat, one of my Lazatis, which is a Halloween edition. Super cool disc. I love it. Uh, Mainly use it for a flick, but as of right now, I can do a backhand on it, which is nice. By Justice, once again, is a nice overstable disc that I love. I just feel like everyone should have a Justice in their bag. That's just me personally. Uh, like I did say though, last year I was technically sponsored by Lone Star, but I think everybody was sponsored by Lone Star last year. But one of the discs I do absolutely love that's not only the Texas Ranger, I do like the Walker. But Walker for me is a good, nice overstable as well. And the Origin is a kind of a backup for if I lose something, and the MD1's also a backup if I lose something. I don't really use those. My approach is I have three disc only, which honestly I use two out of three of them. Third one's also just like a backup, just in case something goes wrong. I have a zone, obviously a staple. I have a beaten in Luna, which we have experienced in the last video that has now been moved to a approach, not a putting, and then also a rainmaker just in case I need it. And then I'm still putting with Lunas. However, though, I've switched my Luna main disc. So instead of it being my OG beaten and blue one, it is now a purple pink one, which is good to do. So as of right now, that is my bag. I am open for options. So if you guys have any comments, please hit it down in the comments or message us. I am, like I said, I'm still learning the game. So I just need something that can allow me to just throw good shots. Obviously I'm working on my arm speed and stuff, but definitely let me know if there's anything that I could maybe add or remove that could help me out to better my game and hopefully get some dubs. That'd be nice.
That would be nice. So I'm kind of doing a new approach to my bag this year. I'm kind of going from slot to slot instead of trying to, I mean, eventually maybe be in certain discs if I like certain discs more than other discs.
Yeah.
But I'm going like kind of your five slots, like your overstable, your um semi overstable, your stable, slightly understable, and super understable kind of way of doing things. So each slot is filled from my drivers, mid range to putters. Um, so for my drivers this year, I'm gonna go with the Destroyer, the Grace, Harrier, Raptor, Inertia, Tra, Volt, Passion, Diamond, and Mockingbird. A lot of different things, but they all fill out that separate slot, right?
Mm,
Especially from your drivers to your fairways. Those mixed. And just a matter of figuring out what I truly like and really like and everything else and go from there. A couple of them that are new that I haven't tossed really is the mantra. Um I'm gonna give those a try, see how I like them to see if they fit that slot or not. The Destroyer I've tossed a few times, but I'm gonna see how I feel with those. I've tossed Zeus before for that. I really, I those are really nice. What else did I fill that slot with? Um, I can't remember another one but I just started being able to throw those type of discs really well. So and I love Star Plastic from Innova. So Star Destroyers, I feel like would be money for me.
yeah.
Um, Going down in the mid range, I'm for my overstable, I'm going with the Justice.
Mm.
That used to be my main overstable disc. You knew back
Oh
then
yeah.
too. Like
Yeah.
it's always been, and it's back in my bag finally. I don't,
Yeah.
it's been forever, and it needs to be back in there.
So
I am going to be.
2023, I did not have mine in my bag for some reason. And then I remembered that one tournament that we did that we came in third place for dubs. And I was
Mhm,
just like, bro, we should have been called the Justice Boys because that whole tournament, we constantly was just straight throwing Justice pretty much only. And we were dominating. And I was just like,
mhm.
why am I not bagging this? And then I threw it again ran recently, and I'm just like, damn, I miss this feeling. So no, that
Oh,
I threw that thing
a
back in my
hundred
bag.
percent. Mm-hmm. It gives me just a little bit more distance than what I'll say when I get putters.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, not much, but enough that it does make a difference. I'm going to be trying out the Pathfinders. I'm
Yep.
really interested in those for my semi-stable disc. I've heard really great things about the Pathfinders. I've heard they've taken over a lot of bags. My straight fire will be my buzz because that thing is dead straight.
Yeah.
I mean, if I need something, just go straight, turn just a little bit, and finish right where I was aiming. The buzz is it.
Mm,
A fuse for the slightly understable, and then my paradox, which you guys got me for Christmas a few years ago, will be my super understable mid
yes.
range for my rollers and huge Annie shots. Because I that's the first disc I was able to actually get to roll a little properly. So that's definitely going in the bag for that slot. And then I am going down to my putters. I have the Zone OS, my ESP Zone, and Get Freaky Zone. Those are staying in my bag, and they've always been in my bag because I'm a very zone type of person. Those are my overstable slots. I have the Envy, which is slightly overstable, but Envy you can throw in any angle and it kind of holds the line anyways. It can handle any torque. Pure for the dead money straight shots, which I'm going to be trying. The Proxy for that semi understable, and then the Fierce for that super understable kind of more so look for the throwing putters, and kind of see where I go from there. See what I like the best, and like you said, things may go in and out. Things may change. I may end up just
Yeah.
sticking with certain molds and throughout that group. I'm still not quite sure what I want to actually putt with yet. That's still a huge question mark.
Oh my God. I totally forgot. One of my other approach shots or approach disc as well is the glitch. Totally forgot to
Mm.
say that. I that was my bad. But yeah, I have the glitch too. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, that's it though. Like I said though, I'm not sure quite yet. I've been
Yeah.
practicing with the Challenger to putt with as a putting
Mm,
putter, but I'm gonna try a couple more and just see. I got to see what I just want to rock with and really really
yeah.
go with. But again, like you said before, that's what field work is for. That's what all that is
Yeah.
for. And I need to do much more of that, and I don't do enough of
Um,
it. I will completely admit it.
yeah.
Especially now that it's getting cold. I love going out in my backyard and just tossing my disc, but by the time I get home, it's dark out.
Yep.
So I can't truly do that anymore at the moment. And it's cold out. So this that I do want to try, especially these newer ones, the Pathfinder, the Mantra, the Pure, the Proxy, and Fierce, the new ones in my bag that I haven't really thrown. I really won't be able to truly tell on how they'll fly for me until it starts getting warmer. Because
Yep.
again, everything flies different. When it gets colder out, your hands are cold and everything else. Everything just feels different and heavier.
No, yeah. Yeah, it's not fun playing in the cold, and which was weird because like today was oddly in like the low 70s today, which was crazy. But for us, it felt like a spring. It was weird. Obviously, I didn't do any disc golfing today. I was focused on other things, cleaning up my office and getting ready for the new year
Mm-hmm.
with new clients and stuff like that. So I had more other fish to fry, as you would say. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. Excited for all the disc golf and happening, all that stuff. We are definitely going to be mainly myself, but I know Kyle will too. But I want to make sure that I hit you guys with all of the goodies that are happening throughout each week for the pros. I'll be watching every single round for every single
Mm-hmm.
tour stop. And I'm going to consume as much as I can for you guys and give you guys up to dates on what's happening, what's not. And I'm very excited for all of that. And like we said, we're going to play a cool game where we're going to be, which a lot of people do, but we're going to take it anyways because I think it's really fun, is picking the top
Oh, I
three
love it. Mm-hmm.
players from MPO and FPO and seeing who's going to take it. And we'll collectively do points. And obviously, we got a month, but we got to figure out something on the line. If it's like a new disc or something, I think it'd be cool to come up with a cool prize for the winner. Maybe it's like a trophy or something that we make or whatever. I have no
That'd be
idea.
neat.
Huh?
That'd be neat. I said that'd be neat.
I think that'd be kind of cool. The Weekend Warrior like little trophy thing. I think that'd be fun. So we'll come up with something. But yeah, we will be doing that. So I'm excited for this season. As of right now, though, we're going to go to our next segment, which is the Kyle's weekly news for the Weekend Warriors. There is a lot of things happening. I feel like I'm going to jump in a lot on this topic because there is a ton,
You can. It's
especially,
just there's too much, like
man. I woke
way
up
too
this
much.
morning and I literally, the first thing I saw was just a video. And I'm like, okay, let's do this thing. Let's rock it. So yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Kyle and we'll see what we got here.
Oh,
And we'll
so
just kind of we'll talk about it. We'll
a,
figure out what the heck is
a
going on.
lot of a lot of the movements is more so people announcing they're leaving other
Yeah,
than signing, but it's just there's a lot. I mean, Gannon Burr, as you said, video
yeah.
wise, came out, teased
This
every single
morning.
manufacturer's slogan
What
in
I
his
know, I
video.
saw that. I'm like, bro, you know what you're doing.
Such a
Uh
troll. I
I
love it.
first I couldn't get past him like reading his little like cue card slash teleprompter. I'm like, man, you are still young. I'm like, you like I was just funny just how he was just overly
He does it perfectly though.
he
He does
does.
it
It's
perfect.
great. It was fun. It was needed that no low value like hey I'm leaving Prodigy, and then hitting
Mm-hmm.
us with all of it because it was funny because I didn't hear the other ones because I think I was just so just like well first off like I said I woke up super tired not even have my glasses on. I'm like watching it, slowly waking up. And then I see him talking about like I'm leaving Prodigy, and I'm just like, okay, okay. And then I heard it's time to reinnovate my game. And I'm just like, well, he's going to Discmania. I'm like, no way. But then I like rewatched it again. Then he hits like everybody, hits like
He hits everybody.
all of their like little taglines. And I'm like, ah, oh, dang. I'm like, no. I was like, he didn't. Because first I'm just like, no, he's going there. But yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah,
He hit them all, and it was very entertaining. Alden Harris is leaving Prodigy with him.
yep.
He made his announcement. Emerson Keith made his announcement officially that he's leaving Lone Star. Lisa Fakis is leaving Lone Star. Who else is leaving? Nicholas Antela is leaving Discmania. I'm sure there's a bunch more that I'm missing. Trying to think who else. I'm trying. There's like I said, there's a lot. I know.
Mm.
Uh, who is the other European? She made the announcement a few weeks ago, though. Maybe about in the middle of the month that she was leaving Prodigy. Lot
I don't remember.
Lot is that her name? Is that, I can't remember how to pronounce her name
No,
properly,
I
but
remember at
she
least.
left Prodigy as well.
Yeah,
Um, there's been a lot of announcements of
man.
leaving and not a whole lot of signings yet, which I think this coming week we'll get a lot of those announcements or the following week. But we did get one announcement because, like every other year, Innova likes to post their big post on who made their team instantly. And Emerson Keith is
This is
officially with
no
Innova.
chill. Just straight no chill.
Officially with the
First,
nope, nope.
I I have to give it to him. I don't know like why he gets the short of the stick on a lot of things, but I don't know why. I remember traveling back home when he said that he posted that he's leaving Lone Star, and you could read it in his post, the pain of him actually saying like he does not want to leave. Like I don't know, like I don't know if you got the same thing, but to me, it felt like he was like, "This is not my decision of leaving," and it's you could tell like he was not happy with it just in general. Which I mean, I don't think anybody's happy with like leaving. So I don't know if it was one of those things where he had to leave and then he signed with Innova and it's not a good deal or it wasn't as a
I think
good
a
of a
lot of
deal.
yeah, I don't know. I it's interesting what I mean Lone Star resign people and stuff like that. So I don't know what they want to do for their build of their full team. So I mean we got coming weeks to see. They still have Nico, they have Robert Burge back, Dion Carey and her husband and they just signed O'Reilly and stuff. So it's not like they're
Well,
not doing things. You know what I mean? Like they
mm,
still are doing things, but um,
crazy.
but it's really curious of what's going on there still. Especially because with Jeff Hosser just saying it's not all what everybody else is saying. It's just a few bad business decisions that basically he didn't agree with too. So they must be doing things their own way.
Well, it
And
could be. I mean, it could be a numerous of things. Obviously, like I don't want to point fingers or anything because obviously there is not. I don't know anything, but it definitely could be just business, like you said, like just business decisions on maybe money going a certain way that they don't want to. Like I don't know. Like we don't know, and I just know that it doesn't look good when you have several people moving and a lot of people are not happy or just things are happening. And I just think they might have bit off too much of what they could chew and they spread it out too much and they're trying to basically damage control where they don't bankrupt themselves or I don't know what their plans are or they want to put
they're
all
in the
their
oil business though. I think they're fine. I
yeah
just think it's just decisions that they made on the disc golf side that
yeah
just people didn't really necessarily agree with.
yes. So my hot take for this one is obviously you read Brody Smith's tweet about the topic of and of talking about Emerson Keith joining as opposed to Emerson Keith actually saying the um the news of him joining. What is your thoughts on the manufacturer doing it prior to the actual player doing it?
Honestly, I don't mind it because it's still the manufacturer. They can do what they want. You know, it's they're the ones that own the contract.
Yeah.
You know, so and everybody should know by now too that Innova does this every year. They always release their big team thing. But that was kind of they did that in a sense. Brody retweeted it in a sense because they it was more so of a uh just the banter back and forth that him because he's been on the show. Ricky's been on Tour Life, and it's all good chit chat and stuff like that. They're
Yeah.
all. It's not like there's any hatred there or anything else like that. It's more so discussion on topics like this. Um, it's more so of a jab back at Ricky for the fact that in one of Ricky's hot takes, he talked about how he's glad that this year there hasn't been a lot of news out, about leaks of players going here or there and stuff like that. And then Drew made a post about being, that it's not always that the players that are giving the information. Sometimes it's the manufacturers itself that's leaking the information.
Yeah.
And basically saying, you know what I mean, with the winky face. So there's been banter back and forth about the whole situation. So here's a Nova say, and the other thing that Ricky said in the tweet, that it should be the players that be able to announce it,
Yeah.
not other people. And of course, Nova makes their big posts about all the players returning or signing up. So Brody had to clip that one out and post it up. Just be like, oh, look, the manufacturer made it, not the player. So it's all about the
Yeah.
same topic and everything else. Which, again, with this topic, like anything else, if disc golf wants to continue to grow and gets bigger and bigger, even if it takes a little bit, we're not even in a stage that there are true journalists in the sport yet. Just wait till people are calling around, getting sources, asking people for information, following, camping out on manufacturers
Oh yeah.
just to take pictures of a player. It's gonna happen. It's gonna eventually happen if it continues to grow, where you're gonna get the Wojs of disc golf, or because all sports have it.
Yeah.
Adam Scheffner and Ian Rappaport for football. They have the information coming out before anybody else knows. Um, Woj with the NBA, Bruce Levine and different people in the MLB.
Yeah.
Information is out there before teams make announcements. All
Oh yeah.
sports have it.
Yeah.
Journalists happen. So with the market continues to grow, more journalists become to be a bigger factor in it. It's gonna be a very common thing.
And,
So
and
people
personally,
need to get used to it.
yeah, and personally, like just to kind of backbone of what you're saying, we don't have professional players from other sports making their first post going so excited to be a part of X team.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen. We just get, hey, New York Jets just sign Aaron Rodgers for X amount of money for X amount of years. Like that's all we get. Like we don't get Aaron Rodgers tweeting going, I'm gonna be a Jets this year. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're not getting that. It's literally we're gonna get to the point where like what you said, like it's just I don't think we're going to get that. And even then, we're going to have people that are going to leak it for us regardless, which we already kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
So it just doesn't really matter. It's just
And even
weird.
that's calmed down, like
Yeah.
even that's come down. Like even like Hunter and have said, we know stuff right now, even, but we're not saying anything because they've told us not to.
Yeah.
They're not gonna say things. They still even but they weren't saying things before that they knew.
No.
They knew some stuff, but they were told by like three, four other people, oh no, go ahead, say something. So
Yeah.
they're like, okay, we'll say it.
And that's the thing. It's like where disc golf is such a small, tight knit community. It's just, the only way I can describe it is disc golf community is like a small town.
Mm-hmm.
The word spreads very quickly. And not only that, it's just you're going to have those people that run their mouth, they're going to talk, they're going to do what they want to do. And that's just who they are. And that's just how it is. And at the end of the day, it's still a sport. Information is going to be leaked regardless. And that's just who it is. And if we want to start, you know, being ballers and actually make millions of dollars and get into that realm, that's just going to happen. Like, it's just that's what's going to happen is we're going to be more treated as a professional sport, and that's just what it is. So it's just always it's cool to see it, but at the same time though, I don't I don't get I don't have any worries about it.
Yeah, as you said, it's so hard because the fact that like um it's if we want to grow and it's going to continue to grow, there's going to be more news about things and everything else. It's
Mm-hmm.
going to be a natural thing, and might as well get used to it now.
Just get used to it. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, but thank you so much for the awesome news update.
Oh, and there's probably a bunch that I missed. I
Oh,
have so
100%.
it's January 1st. Everybody's contracted
I'm
ended on the
I'm sure
31st.
I'm sure we're gonna wake up tomorrow morning with some more news, and we're gonna be
Hmm.
sitting there on Wednesday that we're gonna be like, dang, we should have hit that. But it's okay. Like this is the whole point is like we're not here to mainly here we're just giving you guys news of like what's going on. But other than that, like that's not our main focus here. But yeah, it's just super great. But we did, however, make a new vlogging video, which both of them is going to be on Kyle's post for YouTube. He has the front nine currently up right now, but as you guys are listening, he may have the second one up. Just depends
Hmm.
on his schedule. Not pushing that. Obviously, he will get that eventually up because I mean, like we said, crazy schedules and all that good stuff, and also he's adding a little more into the video, so it's taking him a little more time. And also, he had a second person that did terrible, so he's
Oh, it's not even that. It's just
cleaning up
like
all the crap.
it's not like it's more so now just adding little things like
Yeah,
making sure I watch every little bit of it to be like either rewind it a little bit. It would be okay. Maybe I should do here. I'll zoom on this shot. No, maybe
yeah,
not this
yeah.
one. Like it's
So
a
many
lot of
options.
that, and then oh
Yep.
yeah, and that's what's taking me a little bit now.
Yeah, you gotta also if you don't want it, you probably have to block out some of my cussing because
Oh,
I
it's all
forget
right.
that I have a hot mic
Mm-hmm.
on, and I realize you can't take it off unless whatever. So there's moments where I'm just like, oh dang, I totally forgot to say that. But yeah, basically what we do is we're kind of talking about what went down. It was like 32 when we were 32 degrees,
35.
like or,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's 35
35.
degrees. It was cold.
It was cold, it was windy, so it made it even worse. And yeah, it was fun. I'm gonna say that we had fun. We had a great
Oh,
time.
it's a lot of fun.
It was
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. There was a lot of crazy moments, a lot of bad spits up for me. The first two shots for us, we hit the same tree, then we hit the same pole, and I'm in like, well, you guys will obviously will see it throughout. But yeah, we it was good. It was good to be back at Walnut. I still think Walnut is one of my favorite courses. It's just super fun to play. It's so many variety shots. Um, just you have holes that you need to capitalize early, and if you don't, your score definitely proves it. You have holes that you need to literally make every shot, and if you don't, it is not forgiving at all, which could easily become a bogey or double bogey immediately on those holes. You have, it just ton of varieties, which I just absolutely love because there's moments even I don't think we go into which I think it'd be good. We're kind of we're kind of talking back and forth, obviously, because we talk daily. We're kind of thinking about once the second one is released and you guys watch it a little bit, we may actually do a YouTube quick series on breakdowns of what was going on. Even though we're having fun, I think it'd be fun just to kind of go back on Zoom, just like this, and kind of go through a breakdown on certain things that were happening that went right, what went
Mm-hmm.
wrong, and then I
Thought
really,
process.
I really want to talk about those capitalizing moments because pretty much the first up to hole four, if you don't capitalize those birdies, like it definitely shows at the ends of like the
Oh,
round
it
of like
does
like
majorly.
like what you can and cannot do, and I it's definitely get difficult, and especially when you're starting off the first round. Because I mean, we both started with a par, but I've seen people start off with hole one with a bogey, and it's very difficult already at that point to really bounce back. Like obviously you can because the next one is a nice easy shot to get a birdie, but even then it's an elevator shot, so there's a lot of like situations, and if there's definitely a crosswind happening, and you have OB left with the pond or the creek that's going. There's so many, like I said, there's so much variables happening where it's just difficult to really capitalize on certain things. So I think it'd be kind of cool to break that down, but I'm excited for you guys to watch it. We had a blast. It was fun. It was our Christmas special. And it was just absolutely amazing to finally get to play some Midwest disc golf. if you guys haven't got the chance to actually go into the Midwest and actually play some disc golf, absolutely you need to do that. It is an experience to say the least. Definitely, there's some great courses in St. Louis, but there are some phenomenal courses on the
Hmm.
outskirts of Chicago area. Walnut is roughly 2.5 hours out of
2 hours,
Chicago,
yeah.
um, which is great because you kind of get more into that rural area, which has a lot of other options as well, like we were talking about. But yeah, just the Peoria area is just great disc golf. You have a great disc golf community there, and it is really cool to see. So, but yeah, if you guys haven't got a chance, the description obviously is down below for Kyle's YouTube page for that. Definitely
Yes.
a really cool watch. So
It's a lot of
it's
fun.
a lot of fun. Like I said, if you like comical, this is the guy right here. I said some really funny stuff in there, and there's a lot of fun moments in there. I'm excited to see the back nine actually coming out at the beginning,
Right,
which
right.
is funny. We did mention that we were going to do the 21 holes. We did not
Nope.
because we got so far into it to the point that we only had like 30 minutes until everybody got off or was done with their festivities where they wanted to play a family round. And obviously we didn't want to record that because we want to have fun, and also there were six of us and that would have been chaos if we actually try to record
Forever.
that.
Hmm.
So we instead of doing 21 holes we just did 18, which didn't really matter with my with my score up to that point. To switch, if we want to do 21 or 18, it still would have been the same or probably worse because the three holes were in the woods, and I already lost my disc that I wanted to use already, so it didn't really matter. So, but yeah, it was all good, and I'm very excited that I actually got to do it, and I'm excited for April already. I
Oh, I am stoked for April when it's nicer out. That's the
yeah
reason why I'm stoked for April because it's just playing in the cold. Like I said in a video before this one, I'll do it. I will play in the cold, but I don't. I enjoy it when I'm playing with people,
yeah
obviously, but my game is nowhere near of
no
what it should be.
no, and I obviously just love disc golf, so I will play even if
Hmm.
there's snow on the ground or if it was raining. Like I said, like I was telling you that there was actually it was supposed to be raining through the whole week, and you were like it's supposed to rain. I'm like I don't care. I bring my umbrella. Like
Hmm.
I I was prepared for any weather possible. I had extra pairs of shoes, socks, everything. I was ready for whatever needed to get done, and yeah, it didn't matter what the temperature was. I was going to play at least 9 holes, and we actually was able to do 18, which is cool.
Exactly, which is awesome.
So yeah, that wraps up pretty much our Christmas special on that. You are done with Christmas Vlogmas. And
I am.
is there anything that you could potentially, unless you already, unless you have plans, what are some things that people could think or that could look forward to in your future, content creation for your
Um,
YouTube? I know you're kind of in the
I'm
series
hoping
right
to
now.
continue. Yep, I'm kind of in a series right now. Is actually in the middle of throwing um each manufacturer, but I actually may switch that up a little bit. And I kind of I'm missing 8 discs right now that I want in my bag. Four of them I've thrown before, but like I said, the Pathfinder, Mantra, Proxy, um, and I think there was a Fuse Fierce. So there's like 5 discs I haven't thrown yet that I'm trying to see if I'm gonna like it in those slots or not. So I may just start playing kind of with my build and work my way into building the bag more so and
Yeah.
see what I will stay in my bag and not stay in my bag. Um, kind of more so on that sense side of it, seeing
Yeah.
how I adjust the bag throughout the winter. Again, it's so hard in the winter though, because things don't fly necessarily the same.
Yeah.
Um,
It's true.
so it's really hard. So I got to find those nice days that I can really get in the backyard and take some tosses. And I'll even film myself in the backyard just for a little film session
Oh
back
yeah.
there if I have to, like a field test thing. It's 15, 10 minute video of just field testing this.
You have a nice yard to do
That's
that too, which is great.
exactly. So I may even do that. Hopefully we'll get some news by the end of the week if I make any of the applications I filled
Oh,
out.
I know.
So
I'm
we'll talk
excited.
about that too.
I obviously Kyle s- applied for more places.
hmm I
I
did a
just
lot.
I just did gravity. That's what they call it, right? Gravity disc golf.
Gravity disc
Gravity.
golf. Yep.
Yeah.
I did attempt for that as well. So we'll see if
I did gravity, so I'm kind of waiting for them. And that's it. And if I don't get that, and that's fine, because like I said, I really want to focus on mixed bags. Mixed bags make me the happiest. I like being able to select my disc. I'm just all over the place. I'm all over the maps. I love it. I like that chaos. I It gives me a chance to be able to literally throw whatever, but I'm willing to represent anybody who does have a mixed bag manufacturer style. I will
I
wear it.
would like I've there's a few I would just say I've emailed like almost because I have a good set of basically everything, right? And
Yeah.
I love a lot of the different brands and everything else. I love MVP disc, I love my Discraft disc. I tried for Dynamic when they built theirs with the Trilogy band because the fact that they have multiple manufacturers you can play under, so it's a
Yeah.
little bit open. Um
A little
I
more
did not.
open.
Yep. I did try for the Discraft Underground. I haven't heard anything yet. Maybe this week or by the end of the week. I don't know if I have enough yet to make that team. Because I do love Discraft and I love other stuff, but I don't mind throwing an open bag either. So
Yeah.
that's why I would love to join somebody like Gravity. But somebody like Gravity, I can also play for, like Discraft Underground or something because the fact that I could still just purchase,
Yeah.
Discrafting through Gravity. Um,
Plus,
but
they have a
till
dope apparel. I
Oh,
don't know if anybody.
their stamp game, their designs for their stamps for especially the upcoming
Yeah.
year, their apparel, their
The
jerseys, everything are just
shoes.
sick. They're amazing. They're space related with the astronauts and
Oh
different
yeah.
like universe, the moon, the sunsets and stars. And it's I mean fantastic art. Their artwork guy is killing
Oh
it over
yeah.
there.
Yeah. No, the design,
Super
all of
sick.
it. Like that's the thing is I like because we even had like in St. Louis we had a company called Dark Aces,
hmm
and it was that typical alternative metal punk style brand, and it enlightens me because obviously as you can tell I'm a little more alternative side, and so it's like I personally like that just out of the box radical style, just really just something different, and it's just non-traditional feel, and I absolutely love it. But also at the same time though, they have dope polo jerseys from Gravity, like that they look, they just so
hmm
clean, and like you could
Super
have
clean.
that nice look if you want to, and it's nothing crazy and out, like it is out of this world, but at the same time though it is still conservative in a way of like it just looks appealing, it looks nice, it looks
Which,
professional.
which if Gravity's who I end up representing, which I'm completely fine with just representing Gravity
Yeah,
throughout the year,
100%.
completely fine with that. Another thing I may do is an amateur series of disc reviews too, which I may even start doing with disc I already own. Just
Oh
like
yeah.
my thoughts on the disc,
Yeah.
like how they fly for me with somebody that can max out at most of the time 300, sometimes get over 300, but
Yeah.
it's usually around that 300 range.
Yep.
So this
I
is what the
understand that.
disc does for me. So that'd be a fun thing to do, add to my video. Like, oh, here's what I think of this disc. Do I like it or not? Do I think it's something that an amateur could take advantage of or not?
Yeah.
So I may do some of that too, especially if I'm with someone like Gravity and they can get, purchase this from them through them and everything else. And get them in and out, and especially those six stamps. I will keep those, even if I don't like a disc. I will keep the disc because of the stamp and start a collection on my wall or something here with all the
Yeah.
Gravity stamp discs because they are awesome.
So cool. Yeah. Um But yeah, anything else to close up this pod? I feel like we've hit
No,
everything that
we've
we
hit a
needed.
lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm sure our next week will be a lot better. Not better, they're all good, but a lot more. What was the word that was good? A lot more information with where these players are going
Mhm.
and a better idea. That's what I was going for. A better idea of where everybody's going.
Oh yeah,
Um, I, because like I said, it's the first. Everybody made their announcements of I'm leaving. I am leaving. I'm upping. Like Joe Freeman talked about. He's
yeah,
staying. He actually announced that I think before Innova said anything. So he got lucky to get his out there before Innova said anything. But there's a lot of those too of people saying that they're staying and stuff. But the first is the day that everybody's out, just like, with us with Lone Star and stuff. Today's our first freedom day of, you know, doing whatever we want now. Officially,
yeah.
officially.
That's so cool. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for next week. We'll definitely see what is in the bag for us. Just kind of figuring out what we got going. But yeah, I'm very excited
Mm-hmm.
about it. I'm definitely one of the goals. Like I said, was I definitely want to try to involve disc golf with something once a week. So if I'm just putting practice or field work or even actually going out and playing around, I definitely want to do at least something each week. So hopefully this weekend I could go out and do something. Like I said, it could be anything. I will definitely give you my report back when we record to see what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely I'm using this as my accountability of actually going out and
Exactly.
doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And
it's
that's what I need to do as well.
and I because like I said, this year for me is I want to level up my disc golf game and just you know I want to play a good solid MA3 season
Right.
and play well and to the point where
Mm-hmm.
if I'm good enough, I would like to 2025 maybe play some MA2. Like I I
Exactly. I want to
I've
continue to move up and
yeah,
grow.
and because it's a good for me at least, you have a little more years than I do, but I definitely I'm treating this as if I turned, or obviously last year I turned 30, but I'm treating this as like this is my like freshman year. So 30 years old, I want to in the next 10 years work my way up where I could in my 40s play disc golf and play in the professional state for that age. I think that would be great. I'd be happy doing that. So, but that's my goal, man. But yeah, I'm excited. So pretty much what we got going on, guys, is if you have any questions, if you have any comments, definitely hit us up on our Instagram, which is WWDG underscore pod. That was WWDG underscore pod. Find us there, follow us, ask us a question, DM us. What do you want to do? That's fine. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, obviously give us a like, give us a follow,
Yes.
turn on the notifications so that's how you guys are aware for the next pod that's going to be dropped. It is going to be dropped every single Wednesday except for last Wednesday because it was the holidays and we took a week off because this is how it is. So definitely though, for the remainder of the year, we'll be hitting every single Wednesday. So you don't have to worry about that. If you're on Spotify, thank you so much for listening. Very excited for you guys to be here. Definitely give it a follow as well. Making sure you throw us on your playlist or your library to listen. We are happy for you to be here. Definitely, if you haven't given a chance as well, check us out on YouTube to see us. There's not much happening on the screens, but you at least could see us on the face if you want to. But overall, though, we're excited for you to be here. And thank you guys so much for being a weekend warrior just like us. And we're excited for you guys to be part of our community. My name is Ty, and I have Kyle here with me. And the Weekend Warrior Disc Golf is signing out. I'll see you guys next week.